The herd of wildebeest and zebra are yet to make their river crossing. The largest known herd of wildebeest numbers over 1 million animals. In human terms, this is almost the entire population of Manhattan. However, the members of our herd are still amassing at the banks of the river. After a while, some brave zebras take their first tentative steps into the fast-flowing current. It is immediately apparent that this river crossing is going to be incredibly dangerous for these animals. Each year, 1.5 million wildebeest go on a long trek in search for food and water. And unfortunately, every year an estimated 250,000 animals don't make it to their destination. So the chances of being picked off along the way are very high. More and more animals congregate at the river's edge, and the scene grows chaotic. Although it may look to be completely disorganized, random, and frenetic, recent research has found that herds of animals crossing rivers actually possess swarm intelligence, whereby the animals work together as a group to try and overcome obstacles. The hurry with which these animals have crossed the river has created somewhat of a traffic jam on the river's far bank. This means that some of the animals remain trapped in the river, leaving them vulnerable. The animals take confidence from seeing their fellow creatures successfully cross the river, and more wildebeest and zebra wade into the water. However, it may not be as simple for some as it looks. This massive gathering of animals has not gone unnoticed by this crocodile. He and his friends congregate slightly downstream, waiting for an animal caught in trouble to come their way. The river's flow grows increasingly ferocious, and some of the animals are at real risk of being swept downstream. Some of the weaker swimmers in the group begin to struggle and are dragged further and further from the far bank, which they are trying to reach. The zebra and wildebeest have to swim extremely hard to avoid being swept away by the fast-moving water. Some of the animals, although physically exhausted, manage to make it to the other side by the narrowest of margins. This animal, unfortunately, was not strong enough and is captured by the crocodiles. This wildebeest has managed to successfully cross the river, but now finds itself stranded on the ledge of the far bank, unable to reach the higher ground. Wildebeest communicate visually, vocally, and also through the sense of smell. A male's bellow can be heard up to 1.5 miles away. The members of the herd use secretions in order to guide fellow wildebeests during their journey. This way, the stragglers further behind the herd will know which direction to go. As we can see here in our herd, no one animal is left behind. While some of the last stragglers continue to complete the crossing, the herd continues its long and arduous migration across Africa. The vast variety of life across Africa is plain to see for anyone who is lucky enough to observe it. From giant water dwellers to ferocious cats stalking and hunting their prey from trees and bushes. Right through to the simple herbivores. The motherland of all life is still, as ever, a metropolis of different species. Each creature has its own journey and its own story to tell. Each animal, no matter how ferocious or deadly, will have to battle through bad times as well as the good. The ever-changing environment that they live in can be plentiful and barren, dry and wet, and these animals must be precise with all their decisions. We have taken you across the African savanna and showed you some of the amazing characters who live there. We have seen their struggles and how they survive, how they work together, or how they prefer to live apart. We have witnessed an annual cycle of birth and death, along with daily life on the plains. But what unites these animals is not merely a matter of finding food and surviving, but in the modern age, their great challenge is that of avoiding extinction. Let's hope all the animals we have seen will continue to thrive on the savanna for a long, long time to come.